Hey everyone, welcome to Farsight's ET News, the news show that tells you what the extraterrestrials are up to in late October 2022. The ET news of what is going to happen and not what did happen. Fellow time travelers, let's cut to the chase and tell you directly what you get by watching ET News. To understand what you get, you need first to understand the so-called take-home message that you get by watching all of our Farsight projects to date. And that take-home message can be summarized like so. About 3,000 years ago, this planet was being run as a horrific prison with an exploited slave population by ruthless extraterrestrials who thought nothing about torturing everyone as much as needed to get them to be submissive. That was disrupted due to some outside military intervention around the time of the collapse of the pyramid-building Egyptian society. The oppressive extraterrestrials have been working in the shadows ever since, and humanity began the long process of recovery. The oppressive extraterrestrials are still here and still very disruptive. But at least humanity has some wiggle room to patch things together piece by piece. The oppressive extraterrestrials are being partially held in check by good extraterrestrials who are lovers of free will and who are, at least for the moment, patiently waiting to see how humanity is going to align itself. We are being given a chance to make a free will choice that will determine our entire future.
It feels like these subjects here are a part of some sort of group that is a rebellion type of group.
The oppressive extraterrestrials want to get us back as a fully oppressed slave population, and they desperately want to prevent us from making a free will choice to align ourselves with the good ETs. The bad ETs know that the only way to prevent that is to prevent disclosure of the ET presence here on Earth. They know that if the truth comes out, humanity will quickly align itself with the good ETs, and the bad ETs will have lost because the good ETs will intervene and kick them out. Don't believe any stories you hear that suggest that bad ETs have already been defeated and are gone. That is all part of the non-stop propaganda campaign that is working across all outlets to convince you to chill out and stop fighting back. Again, the only way the bad ETs can win is if they can successfully prevent disclosure. Efforts are made using all possible means to prevent disclosure. Humans are good people, but they are being compromised by hidden hands.
They're aware that I'm here. They don't seem bothered by it, but also not. Like, it's kind of like you go somewhere and people are kind of like, what are you doing here?
Let's go through the list of biggies. First, the scientific community has been totally compromised into arguing that the ETs don't even exist. Fear and intimidation run rampant across the entire educational establishment on our planet. Academic careers are threatened if anyone speaks out. Second, all media companies have been compromised. The news media fears ridicule if they connect the dots. From top to bottom, they withhold the truth, holding on to the idea that they cannot tell people the truth unless the political leaders speak up first. Even Farsight is being shadow banned without any obvious reason by Google and YouTube. Search for remote viewing and see if you can find us. And in terms of content, notice that there is a Wikipedia warning placed under our YouTube videos that discuss the reptilians. The warning states that the reptilians are fictitious. Seriously, friends, where do you think that even comes from? Third, the political leaders have all been compromised through the intimidation and fear. The Democratic ones have all been led to believe that they cannot win an election if they openly discuss the topic of the ETs. Fourth, human militaries have been partially compromised to a great extent by gifts of ET tech. Most of the ET tech comes from crashed ships, and we ask for help in reverse engineering the stuff. That's where the technology explosion since the 1950s has come from. But none of the help with the ET tech is of a level that could threaten the bad ETs. The goal of the bad ETs is to recapture the human population as a slave population before they fully understand the tech. If the bad ETs can prevent disclosure long enough, the good ETs will leave. Then the human population can be stripped of its tech and fully enslaved once again. What has been given can be taken away. And we are back to the good old days of ancient Egypt. If you like that, then I hope you like working with rock. Fifth, don't look for help from channeling communities. The human channels are some of the best people on this planet. They are truthful, earnest, and want to help. The bad ETs saw that as a great opportunity to corrupt the New Age community, which is a community that could seriously threaten the plans to recapture humanity if it enabled the truth of our current condition on this planet to become widely understood. So the information that the human channels are given is very carefully orchestrated by the bad ETs. It's made to sound great, and it is filled with useful tidbits, but the big truths are denied or hidden beyond good vibe propaganda. So nearly every venue has been compromised. Political news media, technical new age outlets, and yes, even the religious communities who have been made to believe that you must beg for forgiveness, bow down to higher powers, and then pray that you don't get thrown in hell because you entertained some unapproved thoughts. Where do you think all this disinformation comes from? Do you think that humans make up this stuff all by themselves? Think about it.
The center of the target shows the inside of one non-surface structure where there seems to be a circular room with multiple subjects.
Now, what do you get from the ET News? If you watch our ET News show regularly, you will see that all of the ETs are fully militarized. There are no free pacifist ET worlds out there. Freedom only exists when it is defended. As far as we can see, there are no worlds in our galaxy that remain as idyllic, untouched gardens of paradise. Freedom exists only when a military also exists that has the full capabilities to defend that freedom. Any world that is not defended is captured by the bad ETs who enslave the population. With all of our research, we have not discovered any exceptions to this. None. Even the physicist Stephen Hawking warned that if we encounter an extraterrestrial civilization, they will seek to conquer us. The only thing he got wrong is that this already happened a long time ago. What we are doing now is struggling to break free. But there's more. What you get from our ET News show is that remote viewing and telepathy are key to the emancipation of humanity. The bad ETs worry about humans fully realizing this. All the ETs, both good and bad, use remote viewing and telepathy as easily as we breathe air. If the reality of remote viewing and telepathy becomes widely understood among humanity, then the entire house of cards of oppression will come tumbling down. And the bad ETs will be standing there naked and exposed.
This place is poisoned. This place is like poisoned and poisonous.
But wait, there's more. And this really is important for you to understand. All of our human militaries need to be upgraded and fully trained in psi or psychic warfare. This goes far beyond military gaining the abilities to work with extraterrestrials who rely on telepathy to communicate. The bad ETs fight wars, not with physical weapons, but their weapons of first choice are mental. If they can control the minds of their enemies, they can win any battle unopposed. The ETs rely on psi warfare for both spying and for actual battle stuff. Moreover, their psi capabilities are enhanced both genetically and with technology. Their physical weapons are used mostly to intimidate, not to destroy. The bad ETs want to control civilizations, not eliminate them. So psi weaponry is of a high priority for the ETs. The bad ETs use it to give them the ability to crush the will of their opponents. And the good ETs use it to defend themselves. Remember, no free civilizations exist in our galaxy that do not have the ability to defend themselves. Military defense is not a luxury in this galaxy. It is essential, or we are toast. But we need to move beyond just physical weapons of destruction. We need to add to our arsenal of defensive capabilities the ability to use the full array of mental weaponry. We need to become active users of psi warfare capabilities. Do not be critical of the militaries of our free nations on this planet. We need them, and we need more of them with enhanced psi capabilities if we hope to save this world. By the way, that is another reason why you should watch our new series, Conversations with Harvey, on FarsightPrime.com. You get to see real-time telepathic communications, all recorded live. The more you watch it, the more you will become familiar with how telepathy actually works, and the more comfortable you will become with it. It's jarring at first to see it happen in real time, and it takes some serious effort to get good at it. So, watch and learn. Your freedom and the freedom of everyone on this planet depends on this.